Hola, hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the tarot reading for Leo for the month of May 2016. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to duniazad@gmail.com. All the information is below. I'm going to use two tarot decks. I'm going to use the Pictorial Key Tarot and the Tarot of the Renaissance, okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to use the tarot, the astrological wheel spread. It's going to be 24 cards and for 12 houses. Each house has a meaning, and each house has 2 cards. So for you, Leo, for May 2016, I'm sorry, I'm recording this on the 21st of March already, so it's a bit, a bit advanced. But for you, Leo, you have 3 major trump cards, if I'm not mistaken. 3 trump cards. And in 24 cards, you have 3 trump cards. If I'm not mistaken, for Cancer, for the Cancer sign, there were, in 24 cards, there were 12 major arcana cards or trump cards. So for Cancer in May, I would say for some Cancer people with Cancer signs, there is going to be a very big transformation in your life. But in your case, Leo, for May 2016, and if you happen to see this video, I would say that for the majority of you, things are going to be okay. There might be some sort of transformation, but I would not call it a very big transformation. But then again, this is very general, and you need to check your moon sign, your rising sign, and if you have a stellium, which is at least 3 planets in the same sign, you have to check that stellium too. Check the video for that sign. Let's say you have Sun in Leo, and you have Moon in Aquarius, and you have the rising sign in Gemini, and you have like 3 or 4 planets in Libra. Check that out. Check that as well. So let's start. Today was a bit of a apocalypse day, I would call it, in terms of weather. I'm recording this on 21st of March. I know it's way too soon, but sometimes I do it. I like to record it a bit soon. And this is like the first day of spring, and it rained. Rock, how do you say? In Portuguese you call it granizo, tiny little things of ice. I don't know how to call that. Rock. Now you cannot listen to it, but if you check my Portuguese forecast for May, for Leão, you'd hear all of the rain and literally apocalypse. Not literally, oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, first house. The cards that came out for you were the Strength card and the Knave of Chalices. So, Leo, for May 2016, you yourself are showing up here because this is the card connected to the Leo sign. So this is the first house, is the house connected with the self, with the way you see things, with the way others see you, also connected with the physical body. So I would say that maybe during this month of May, there will be a need for you to show compassion and to show that you are emotionally available to someone. Like emotionally support someone. It could be friends, could be family, it could be co-workers, like showing some sort of compassion, and emotional support. It can be that, or it can be that you yourself find the courage and find the strength to declare your love to someone. Could be someone declares your love to you, but I'm thinking it's more you. It's more you that you. Though the rest of the cards really don't support this, but I have to show it. They don't really tell me that it's oh, this is not a love reading to me. This is more like work-related reading. But for some, it could be that you're trying to find the courage to declare your love to someone. But I would say that for the majority of you, it's more like, strength, compassion, determination also, and being emotionally present for others. Somehow. The second house, which is the house connected with the money you earn, also with the immaterial values which matter to you. For instance, an immaterial value that is really valued by Leo would be respect, that others respect him or her. It's like self-respect and the respect of others, really important. Also honor, a sense of personal honor, that others do not attack your honor, really important for Leos. Sagittarius would be freedom, personal freedom. That's really big for Sagittarius. But I'm going to read this more as the way you make money, the way you gather your own resources, the way you, find to make money, to not necessarily just a salary, but other ways of earning a living. You have the Six of Cups and the Death card. The Death card is a very good card. Do not freak out, okay? This doesn't mean the death of your salary, okay? It's a transformation in terms of the way you earn a living, I would say. Maybe after an offering, maybe you get promoted. So that would mean that the way you make a living is different now. Maybe you were like for instance, you work with others, you worked with your colleagues, and then you are offered like a promotion of some kind. I'm thinking more in the context of this reading, more like a promotion, and suddenly you are the leader because you were offered something. And that's the way, and that really changes the way you earn a living. So you are the boss now. You no longer work with your colleagues. Maybe you got promoted into some other area, some other department. Could be that. Could be a literal money gift that changes the way that you make a living. Imagine that you earn the lottery. I'm not saying that you will be earning the lottery. I wish you were. There are I would not say that there are other cards supporting that. I don't see it, honestly. It could be that, for instance, you used to make a living by working with kids. So you work with kids, and then maybe, let's say, you finished your college degree, and then finally you can change your profession. You can change your career. So there might be like a change, a very big, significant change in your career, and you used to work with kids, and now you don't have to work with kids anymore. Now you're gonna change the way, literally change careers. I would say that as well. The third house is the house connected with the way you communicate, with also messages, like written messages, the messages that you get and that you send, like email, phone messages, literally letters, written letters. Also your vehicles, the car you drive, your neighborhood. It's connected with your neighbors, it's connected with your siblings. I also connected with cousins. I connected the third house with the cousins and the ninth house with the uncles. You have very, very good cards. You have the 10 of Cups and you have the 9 of Cups. This is a bit different. This is like total and great happiness within your domestic family, within your domestic environment, like happy family. And the ninth card in traditional decks has different images, but it's called the wish card. Like you have a wish and your wish comes true. Your wish is fulfilled. So the third house, it could be that you are speaking. The way you speak is very affectionate. It's very, I don't want to say romantic, but it's it has extreme sensitivity, and you know what to say to others. So there's great, fantastic, heartfelt communication with your siblings, with your cousins, with your neighbors, the way you speak. So everything is great there. It could be that this has nothing to do with you, that a wish is fulfilled in your sibling's life. So let's say your sibling wanted to be a father or a mother, and there was a difficulty in that, or they wanted to have a second child, and finally they achieved their dream. So he or she achieves their dream, his or her dream. Sibling, also, if it's not a sibling, could be your neighbor, could be your cousin. Also, you have your wish fulfilled of buying a new car that will be big enough for your entire family. So finally you have the money to, maybe because you got a bonus or you got a promotion at work, and finally you can afford that fantastic car that all of you, not even a car, it could be like a, how do you say, those very big things like a house on wheels. In Portuguese we call it caravana. So it's you drive, you know, you have like a little kitchen, a little bathroom, you sleep on it. I don't know how to call that. I don't know how to call it. You could buy that, for instance. And that could have been like top of the line. That could have been like a dream that you had, and finally you are able to buy it. Or you can get a message that will make you feel extremely happy and glad. Whatever message you get during this month of May 2016, it's communicating you that you will get to fulfill a long held dream. I don't know, it's something that will make you extremely glad and happy. The fourth house, which is the house connected with your family, with your house, with your domestic environment, with your mother, you have the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to read this in the following way. Again, many ways of reading it. Let's say you really got a promotion and you need to move to get this new job. You're trying to find a house, and you're looking on ads online and local newspapers, whatever. You're like looking to find something affordable, you know, and available right now, and you're really looking, but in order to find the house that is appropriate for you, it's taking way too long during May 2016, Leo. It's taking way too long for you to finally find the house that you need to, a new house, a new place of residence. Or if you have found it, maybe someone is living there and they are taking their sweet time to leave in order for you and your family to move in. So there's some sort of delay connected with your residence. Either you need to move and it's taking way too long either to find a house, or you found the house but the house is not immediately available, or if it's not a change of residence, it could be that you are renewing something. You're renewing the kitchen or painting the walls. There's some sort of work that needs to be done in the house. And you need to be very flexible with the money. However, maybe the people who are doing that told you, hey, it's a week tops. And it's like a month or more than that. And you so it takes way too long. It takes way too long. But I would not say that it's necessarily expensive. It's more like you have to be, you know the budget that you have, so you need to adapt and be flexible with that budget. It's not going to be exactly expensive, but it's going to take a while, I would say that. The fifth house, which is the house connected with your kids, with love, with sex for fun. The fifth house is sex for fun. The eighth house is sex for intimacy. The fifth house is also a house connected with fun and games, hobbies, love, like I said, you have the same card twice. You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords and Four of Swords. So imagine that there are other cards telling me the same, that there's some sort of change in terms of your work environment that it will be necessary for you to work really hard, and I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry, more towards the end. So you will not have time to have fun. You'll just, you won't. During May 2016, Leo, there's no time for fun. I mean, you have to rest because you're really tired. So there's no time to go out. There's no time to go to the movie, to the theater, to whatever, to have fun. You just have to rest. You really need to rest. It could be that. Or it could be that during May 2016, Leo, you don't have the time, or if it's not time, it's some other impediment, and you are not able to see your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or she or he doesn't have time to see you, so you don't. There's like a pause or even a break, not necessarily something like a pause forever or break forever, okay? It's just maybe during May he or she can't, or you can't, so you can't be around each other all that much. Or it could be connected with your kids. Let's say your kids are spending like a pause, there's a break, there's a pause, maybe, I don't know exactly how it is in other countries in May. So maybe there's something to do, a break, something to do with school in May. I don't know what. Is that? No, it's not spring break, is it? No. Something like some could be a break from school. It could be nothing to do with school. It could be like something to do with exercise in your kids. Let's say that they have physical education in school, like a class, and maybe the teacher is ill, and maybe during May there's no substitute teacher, so during May they won't have these types of classes, so they are able to rest, or they are able to come back home earlier. Or imagine that they have something outside school, let's say karate classes, okay? He or she, your kid, has something outside school, and maybe there's something, the place where they have these classes is being renewed or is being painted, so during May there's no classes, something like that. In the sixth house, which is the house connected with the health, also with work, daily routines and work, you have the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands. Six of Swords and then the Three of Wands. I would say that this is success connected with your work, with your actual work, with your job. There's some sort of advancement and success. Again, it could be promotion. And maybe you were stressed in your everyday work life, but because of this success, you are able to move away from this stress and able to, go to deeper and nicer waters. So there's some sort of relief, which happens to you because there's success in your work, like relieved. Maybe let's say that you work in sales, and you're really afraid that there's a quota, like every month you have to sell this much, and maybe you were worried because if you didn't fulfill that, you'd be let go. But now you're relieved because you achieved something in your work. But I would say that something, either it's a bit bigger, and I think it's a reward for your hard work. Actually, that's what I think. If it's nothing to do with you working for others, that it's more like you working for yourself. If you are an artist, Leo, singer, writer, songwriter, artist of any kind, and maybe for a very long time no one noticed you, and finally they're starting to notice all of your work, your actual work. So you were written like 100 books, and finally one is a bestseller, or they finally start noticing all of the books you've written. Could be songs, could be, let's say you're in a band, or you've been like an artist for 20 years, and no one noticed you, and finally they are noticing your work, and your talent, and success comes as finally success arrives. The seventh card, house. The seventh house is connected with your spouse, with a business partner, also with competitors, also with open enemies, and with contracts. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So let's say this is connected with your spouse. Maybe your spouse got some money. Maybe he or she got a bonus or an inheritance, or earned something on the lottery, and he or she is not telling you anything. It's like hiding money from you. Not because he or she wants to leave you, not because of that, but imagine that you always had like a difference of opinions in how to spend money. Maybe he or she thinks that you spend way too much money and stuff that's really not important. Maybe to you it's important, but maybe to him or her it's not important. So he or she decides the following, okay, I'm not going to tell him or her about all this money. I'm going to stash it away for like a rainy day. I'm not going to tell him because if I do, he'll spend it all, or she'll spend it all in some crazy thing like a boat or whatever. So, or it could be that maybe money that was already hidden. In May, you find out that your spouse has hidden that money, that there's like he or she is like a secret account, and you're like quarreling and you're fighting over it, and no one wins, like no one is the winner in this fight. So like fighting over money, fighting over where to, or you got money, you or your spouse, I would say more your spouse, got money. Oh, it could be you as well, okay? It could be you, because I'm seeing here promotion, and you're trying to decide where to do with this, and you have an opinion and your spouse has a completely different opinion. It could be that, or it could be you're signing a contract. Why? Because you're getting a new job, or if it's finally you're an artist and finally someone sees that you are really talented, someone wants to snatch you up, snatch your talent. Let's say you are a singer and a songwriter, and a company wants to sign you up. So you need to sign a contract, but you have to be very aware, because they tell you one thing about the money that you'll earn. You'll earn this amount of money, but it's a lie. They're not telling you everything. You have to be really aware. It's not the exact truth. Okay, there's some sort of lie within the truth. Okay, you think you're going to be really successful. You might be, but you think that this is like a ticket. But you have to be really careful with the contract that you sign, because they're not telling you the truth about the money. And they're not telling you the truth about the time you have to spend with them. Maybe they're telling you something like a year or two, and it's like 7 years. Or maybe you have to produce 7, let's say if you're a singer-songwriter, you have to produce 7 albums for them. But you're not telling you the whole truth about those 7 albums, okay? So it cannot just be like, okay, 7 albums, I can do that in a month. They'll have, it's 7 albums, but they need to be approved by us, so instead of seven albums, and you think you can do that in a year or less than a year, or like 2 or 3 years, you're stuck there forever. Okay, so you really have to be aware of the conditions they are offering you, and you have to read between the lines. You have to hire a lawyer, right? Hire a lawyer, a good one. Spend money on that. In the eighth house, which is the house connected with share resources with your business partner. Again, like I said, if you sign up for a music deal, a record company deal, they will be partnering with you. or it could be like the money you share with your spouse, your wife, your husband. The 8th house is also connected with death, taxes, sex, the occult. And the cards that came out for you were the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. And to me, 9 of Wands and the 2 of Swords, to me this is a really clear defense of defending shared resources. Okay, so if your spouse hid money from you because there's a difference of opinions in terms of how to deal with this money, so this would show up also in the 8th house, because there's a clear like protecting the assets, protecting the shared money, defending the assets, defending money which is shared. So this could be you also, or this could be your business partner. So if you sign up for a deal, they will make damn sure they are protecting their assets. So you need to do the same as well. Okay, they are protecting their own. You need to protect yourself as well. You need to protect your assets. You need to protect your ass. Okay, or it could be that this is the house connected with taxes. So let's say someone inherits something. It's you, it's your wife, and you don't want to give up like more than half to the taxes, because then the tax bill shows up, right? And you're doing everything legally to protect your shared assets. So let's say your wife got, I'm going to give like a very big number, $700,000 or 700,000 pounds from inheritance from like a very rich uncle or something like that, and both of you are doing everything that you can, hiring something or hiring someone like a lawyer or even two lawyers to protect your assets, so you don't have to give like 65% of it to the tax office. Okay, something like that. I don't even know how much. The 9th house, it's the house connected with your ideals, with the law, with justice. The 8th house is also connected with inheritance, so protecting the inheritance, something which has been inherited, and I would say by your spouse, being protected also. The 9th house is law, justice, organized religions. Organized religion is connected with abroad, outside countries, other countries, long trips, and also connected with higher education, like the education that you get in college. The cards that came out for you, Leo, for May 2016 were the 3 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. You are celebrating something that has to do with money. Let's say you have a business, okay, and there's some sort of change in the way you earn money, and you're getting clients, or you got like a very big client from abroad. So you got a very big, let's say, I'm sorry, how do you say? In Portuguese you call it encomenda. So someone hired you to provide for them, for their company, like a physical product. Instead of being like 5 units or 10 units, it's like 1,000 units or 10,000 units. It's something big that will completely change your financial life, and you are celebrating that with your friends. Or it could be like I said, a business opportunity that you get from abroad. If you sign a contract, if it's like a music deal that you might be thinking of signing, it might be from abroad. It might be, let's say, you are someone who has a YouTube channel and you work and you show your music in let's say Bulgaria, or Hungary, or I don't know, and Russia, something like that. And then you get an offering hey, sign the contract with us. We think you are really talented, from the US, from Canada, from France, or something like that. You know, something from abroad in terms of money. Or it could be that you finish your college degree. Maybe it took you 7 years to finish your college degree, but finally you did, and that will make it possible for you to change your profession, because before you had you earn your living in a certain way, but now you have the credentials that you can use in a different way, and they will to earn a living, and they will make it possible for you to change careers. It could be that, for instance. So maybe you wanted to be a therapist of some kind, but you couldn't because you didn't have the credentials, and now you do, and now you can do that. It can be, let's say, like I said, let's say that you're an artist and you've been, again, writing books for a very long time, and no one noticed your books for like 10, 20 or more years, and suddenly there's one book that you write and it goes like, it's like a bestseller abroad, and everyone is buying your book. It could be that too as well. It could be many things. The 10th house, it's the house connected with career, profession, the way others see you socially, like the way society sees you. So the rising sign of the first house is like one-on-one, the perspective of this person has of you. But the 10th house, it's the perspective of the whole society has of you. So he is a lawyer, she is a doctor, he is a nurse, he is a judge, or she is a judge, or he is married, she is single, he is a widow. No, the society's perspective of you, of your status, of your role. Also, like I said, profession, career, vocation. It's also connected with the father. I connect the 10th house with the father, and the 4th house with the mother. The cards that came out for you, Leo, actually you showed up again here, was the King of Wands, or the King of Rods, and the Justice card, which is another major arcana card. So the major arcana cards showed up in your career, and the way you make money, and yourself, the way others see you, and the way society sees you. I'm thinking the change has to do with job and work. That's what I'm thinking. So that's in a very positive change. It's a very good thing. I don't see this as bad. I see this as good. So the King of Wands usually represents, because it's a king, I'm going to read this as a man, but not necessarily. It could be a woman, it could be you. The majority of the viewers of my channel are women, so. But if you're a guy, this is most definitely you. From a fire sign, because it's Wands is fire, so Leo, you, Aries or Sagittarius. For instance, I'm a Leo, and I have a Sagittarius moon. So, okay, if you're a Sagittarius and you're watching this because you have a Sagittarius moon, you're a Sagittarius rising sign, or even a Sagittarius stellium, also you are showing up here as well in the 10th house, in the house of vocation and profession and career. I would say that there's a big transformation, that you achieve a leadership role or a very visible role of others see you as someone who is an expert at what he or she does, at what you do. They see you as an expert. Oh, he's a really good singer. Oh, she's a really good writer. Oh, he or she is a really great artist. Like, you've arrived at the top of your profession. You are a talented person. You are an expert. And there might, again, because like I said before, there might be a signature of a contract, because the Justice card has to do with Libra, and Libra has to do with contracts. So you will achieve, or you will be achieving, like the top of your profession, but maybe that will require for you to sign a contract. Again, hire a lawyer, hire a lawyer, hire a lawyer, honestly. Or it could be like the fact that you are achieving, that you are visible, that everyone is seeing you as someone who is really talented and an expert in whatever field you are. It's something karmic. It's something that which has been determined. It didn't happen before because it was not meant to happen before. It was meant only to happen now, around May 2016, Leo, and not before. So this achievement in terms of your career and profession it's karmic, and was only meant to happen around now. So you had to wait. The 11th house, which is the house connected with friendships, with long-term goals, wishes, hopes and wishes, also big associations, big entities. You have the Four of Cups and the Knave of Swords. I'm thinking that there's some sort of offering from a big organization, a big entity. Like I said before, if you're like a singer-songwriter, it could be a music deal type of thing, you know. There's an offering and you don't know what to do about it because you're like turning away. You're not immediately accepting it because you're thinking about it. And because it's something absolutely new. It's a sort of offering because it's the Knave of Swords. Again, I'm thinking contract. Swords is connected with anything intellectual, also with papers and documents. So it's something absolutely, what is being offered to you, it's something new. And you don't know exactly how to go about it because you're not really trusting it. So that's why you're taking time to think and ponder about this offering. And it's a good thing that you're taking time to think and ponder. You should do that. In the 12th house, which is the house of suffering, the house of sacrifice, the house connected with health, because the 12th in the 6th house are called the axis of health. The house connected with spiritual evolution. So I'm going to read this more as something that will serve you spiritually. Even if it entails some sort of sacrifice, usually it does. You know, for you to evolve spiritually, you have to sacrifice something that you think it's important to you, or that is really important to you. Sometimes sacrifice is necessary for we to evolve, spiritually speaking. You have the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Rods, and you have the 3 of Pentacles. For you to have success, financial success from your creative work, from your talent, and everyone recognizes that you have talent, and you have lots and lots of talents. For you to make a living, or to not just make a living, but really have monetary gain in financial success from your work, you need to put on the effort. You need to really work lots and lots and lots. You have to be really responsible and assume all the duties, all the responsibilities. You have to put in the hard work in order for you to achieve success. So this month of May 2016, Leo, for you, it might entail that you're gonna be working day and night. You'll be working long hours. You'll have to be doing everything. But this sacrifice will help, spiritual for you. It will help you spiritually, but also at the same time will help you in the outside world, in the world where you need money to survive. So this sacrifice will bring you money. If you work hard, if you really, really, really work hard, you will get money. From the gain is financial success. So you will have to be very careful to not to be ill. You have to put in rest time. Schedule your rest. That's interesting because in the 5th house you got twice the 4 of Swords. So to me it tells me that you'll be working very hard all day long during May, and you will not have time to go to a movie, to go to the cinema, or the theater, to go out and see your friends, or even to see your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You really need to use this off time to rest in order for you to regain your strength and not be ill. Okay, I would say this is a positive month for you from May 2016. And that's it. 40 minutes. Oh my god. That's the reading that I have for you. Again, this is very general. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyaza@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.